He's the overseer.
Quarterback shit when I'm under the center. Game plan sick, target under the weather. You know what we doing? I need that all expense paid inclusive. I'm the plug, so I'm plugged into it. Brown money like we Jewish white Christmas. I'm Scrooge, bitch. My mood is on cruise ship. You ain't tuned in, you ain't vibing with my moon man. I move shit like Kerry. I'm the cold truth, Fletcher Reed, Jim Carrey. Everything movie.
Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Real Fantasy Playmakers. I am your host, Bogard Scott-Free, joined with my co-host, the most notorious man in the fantasy industry, my man, Fantasy Football Hustler. And you know what ain't a party without the Fantasy Peacock. What's happening, fellas?
What's good?
Hey, man, we got a really big show tonight, man. You know what? Let's get right into our special guest host for the evening.
Yeah.
He hails all the way from Philly. He is one of the most brilliant minds in the industry. And ironically, he is the host of the Ignorant Thinkers podcast. It's my man, Dennis Holmes.
Yeah, baby, I'm in the building.
Hey,
What's
welcome
going
back,
on?
man. Philly, stand up, man. Shout out to all my Philly Bulls out there. You feel me?
That's right. Dilly.
Dilly. Hey, and check this out. We're going to go ahead and continue on with our next special guest. He hails from the great state of New York, but by way of the Lone Star State, Texas. He represents the fantasy fam. You could also catch him with his fantasy articles, man. And I'm gonna let him tell y'all where y'all can find that. It's our man, Fantasy Sven.
If I would have known that this was coming on, I mean, I would have. Thank you for that.
Yeah, man. Hey, so I actually referenced your article earlier, man. It was a hell of a piece of work, man.
Thank you, man. My first ever article. I might have something in the works. I'm not going to announce anything just yet.
Oh yeah, just let me know, and I'll make the phone call.
I might be providing some content at some point for some said site. So.
Yeah, love it, man.
Everybody, I'm pumped. It's been way too long. I mean, Bogey, we used to do shows together all the time. Miles, same. Hustler, we did a couple, and I'm pumped to do some with my man Ignorant Thinker over here as well. I don't know if he's a Phillies fan. I mean, it's okay. I'm sure he's a great guy, but don't throw snowballs. Don't throw snowballs at me filled with batteries at the games if I go.
Yeah, well, check this out, man. For our next special guest host, man, I am ecstatic to have him on the show. He's making his triumphant return. It's been way too long, man. He's our big bro. He's everyone's big bro. It's our man, J Love.
Yo.
What's up, big bro?
What's good, bro? Long time no see for everybody on here, for real. Bogard, it's been way too long. Miles, been months. Same with Sven. So, what's good, y'all? Been way too long, and I'm happy to be back on the show.
Oh, yeah, man. Welcome. And to everybody in the chat, shout out to all y'all. You know what I mean? Feel free to drop your what-if scenarios in the chat. We're going to get this thing yanking. But first off, I want to shout out our other co-host, Fantasy Fornicator, who couldn't make it tonight. But we're still going to continue with his segment to start the show, Rapid Fire. It's a segment we call Get It for the Low. Get him for the low. Let's go around the horn. J Love, we'll start with you. Who is a player in fantasy right now that you're targeting for the low?
Yeah, I actually just made a trade for him right before I hopped on here. It's AJ Brown. We just saw Julio Jones pop off last week. Got a touchdown call back, sadly, but teams are going to be stacking the box against Derrick Henry, and eventually AJ Brown is going to get his like every single year.
Right? I love that. Dennis, who do you got, man? We'll just skip around here.
I think it's kind of crazy, man, because I made the trade to get Patrick Mahomes, but you know what? I kind of need another running back. So if I can somehow steal Jacobs, Josh Jacobs for the low.
Man, you could probably get him for the low right now. Yeah, because he might
with a little
even be
injury.
Out.
With his little injury, he's a little nicked up. But when he's healthy and he's on the field, I mean, granted, it was on the back of a 2-touchdown game with very low yardage, but still, he was banged up and he was able to fall into the end zone twice. So you like that from your running back?
Yeah. Well, Peacock, who do you got? Who you getting for the low?
Okay, well, this is unfortunate because I probably have these guys everywhere and they're kind of underperforming at the moment, but I think they'll be fine. I don't want to do two, so I'm just going to go with the one who I think is probably somebody who's on the cusp of both of these guys that I have in mind. Geez, can I just do both? I don't want to steal both of them, but okay. So let me just
maybe we'll go 2 times around because I think I got more.
I'll wait. Yeah, so I'll go with this guy first. If it does come back around on buying this guy on the low, I would do Allen Robinson right now. He had Andy Dalton in there. So the thing is, a lot of people might be looking like, okay, here comes Justin Fields, right? But it may be, like I'm saying, maybe it might not be able to get him for so low, but from where you drafted him or where people drafted him, the amount of targets, they're going to look at the box score, they're going to look at his yards, they're going to look at the very low targets and say, hey man, this guy isn't doing well. And I know because I have him on a couple of teams, but I'm still plugging him in my lineups. And now with this Justin Fields starting, I feel like his average depth of target should go up, significantly, and he's probably going to get a lot more looks as that number one wide receiver. So you can definitely get this guy on the low. I don't know what you'd package to send to the owner. Just look at what they're weak at, and then see if you can do a 2-for-1 and get lucky or something like that. But I would go after Allen Robinson.
Do you know what number he is right now?
I like that
wide receiver PPR.
It's probably like outside the
maybe he's
top
outside the
30s. Yeah,
57.
Oh Christ! So see, there you go. So you could really get him.
Like the margins are insanely close.
Yeah, you can really get him on the low though. It takes him, last week catching one of those passes that he drops, from Justin Fields.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, man.
Drop the touchdown.
So and you don't see that from Allen Robinson. You know what I mean? So I think, and it happens. You give that wide receiver that one egregious drop a year, and then after that they're good to go again. So maybe I think you can buy him on the low.
Justin Fields actually put it right on the money too, and maybe he's not used to someone passing him the ball right where it needs to be. He's like, I'm used to making plays on the ball, like, you know what I mean?
What if Allen Robinson sucks with a good quarterback?
Oh man, what? Okay.
That'd be right up the Bears' alley right there.
Your conclusion is that Justin Fields is a good quarterback.
That's what it is. Yeah, exactly. But I'm just joking. We'll see what happens there. But I think he's somebody you could buy on the low, take a chance for. I think the owners who have him could be panicking, but not me. It's only week 3. But that's my buy low or get him on the low.
Vendetta, what you got for me? We get him for the low.
This is I normally don't like trading early in the season, but I feel like I don't know. I think Alvin Kamara, his value might be a little bit lower. Like obviously you're not gonna like have to trade like a Devontae Adams straight up for him, or it's like a top. I just think a lot of people might be scared from the performance last week, and it's Alvin Kamara, right? He can't be this bad the whole season.
And then he has the Patriots coming up too, and if the Patriots like to game plan and erase your best players, so
that is also
Alvin
true.
Kamara
Exactly.
could get deleted this week, so this could even.
So that's good. Maybe wait
a week.
You can even get him for lower. I don't know. I just think he's such a talent. They got to figure something out, man. Like Jameis looked like dogs. He looked like Jameis of old. Like he looked like what Jameis does, but he didn't throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, which is a game that we would all take.
But he threw 3, right? Or 2? Or
I didn't throw any this past week.
Oh, who did they play? Did they play the Panthers?
He threw 2 picks last week.
Yeah.
Did they play the Panthers last week?
I believe so. Yeah. I don't think he threw any touchdowns, right?
They have
correct me, but I'm pretty sure he didn't throw any.
I don't think so.
No, he didn't throw. He threw zilch.
So I don't know. Yeah. Alvin Kamara is somebody who you could probably trade for. Like
he had a rushing touchdown. That's what it was. He ran one in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's Hustler. who
I think
you got?
Gemma was saying QB1 to about Justin Fields because it just said
Oh,
QB1
yeah.
there, but I'm pretty sure he means
We're
Justin
assuming
Fields.
that, right? Because he's
Yeah.
a Bears
Shout out
fan.
to the
Exactly.
Because
icon, man.
Gemmo's a Bears fan.
That's right.
Someone shoot
So,
Jimmo the link. Let's get him.
We
in
we understood that one.
I mean, I'll totally shoot him the link right now, actually. If you
Yep.
really
He said yes. There we go. You already know.
All right, done. I got it.
Cool
Hustler,
deal.
who you got, Hus?
So Jay Love mentioned AJ Brown. I'm going with the guy throwing him the ball, Tannehill. So in a super flex league, I would target him for the low. In a 1 QB league, he's probably going to be dropped by someone who's just pissed off after the first couple weeks. You might be able to swoop him on waivers in a 1 QB league.
That's a good one.
The way they started getting Derrick Henry going again, yo, that play action is about to get nasty with both Brown and Julio, bro. Like Tanny is on the rise for sure.
I was gonna say the way you mean the way Derrick Henry got himself going again, because I mean he just needed to break one run and all of a sudden.
Why do they do this every season though? I feel like this is an outlier season, right? So like Derrick Henry, like they kind of like they still give him a lot of carries, but like he didn't get 35 carries till like what? I mean, somebody again, stat correct me, but like till the middle of the season last year or something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, once
he
the weather
needs
gets cold,
to get 30 plus carries.
Yeah, because he's eventually going to break one of those. You know?
There you go, Bogey. Once the weather gets cold, people start getting a little frigid, and you see that.
They don't want to tackle. They don't want to tackle.
No, tackling in the cold is the absolute worst. I played high school football in New York. Not fun.
I assume someone trying to tackle Derrick Henry when they're frozen like that is going to be them turning into the T1000 when Arnold shoots them up.
Hey, Sven, on that fact check, Derrick Henry had 31 carries week 1 last year.
Damn it.
Oh.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad somebody checked that. I feel like
the first time he went under 20 carries was week 5 last year.
Who was that against?
So
was
I
that
don't know
against the
what it
Bills?
was, but this
it was against the Bills, and he had 19.
Yeah, I remember that game.
And he had 19.
Yeah.
It's one of those things though where he needs to get it's like he needs to get a certain amount of carries before he gets going, and once he hits his stride and he's
the juggernaut.
He carried my Scott Fish Bowl team to a win this last week, so thank you, Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, give me money. Okay, check this out. I got one right here, and this is the last time we're probably going to hear him on this Get It for the Low segment. Is Saquon Barkley. Get him for the low. Whoever drafted him probably didn't even spend that much. There's a good chance they got him on the 1-2 turnaround. I've seen Hustler get him everywhere in the second round. So you might be able to package some guys up and go ahead and get you Saquon before this Atlanta Falcons game, because you know he's finna eat against the Dirty Birds.
Well, they're playing tomorrow night, right?
No.
No.
They're playing on Sunday.
My bad.
Yeah, Carolina, Houston tomorrow.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
I will be there tomorrow.
Thinking Christian McCaffrey's gonna go out tomorrow.
Oh man, I don't know, man.
He always goes off.
Lovie Smith's defense. They're actually, it's CMC.
Yeah, CMC is going to have he doesn't have bad games. His bad
even on
games
his bad
are
game, he's going to get you like 12, 13 points.
Well,
like,
he is the true definition.
25.
He's the true definition of game script proof. If they're winning the game, it's more than likely they're winning with his involvement. If they're losing the game, they're going to start throwing him the rock. So
I don't know.
They did pull him out though when they were up by what, like 21 points or something like that?
He had cramps.
Yeah, he had a cramp.
He's had 6 targets the past 2 games and 23 carries in both games. That's a normal 1 game for him when he's fully healthy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
That's why I picked Chuba Hubbard in my 12th round.
Hey, good pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
I don't know. I think Saquon, he's not like running scared, but he's running like he's second guessing, right? Almost it looks like he's like a little like shit. I don't want to get fucking hurt.
He's coming off of ACL, so
of course
Okay,
he is, exactly. So I don't know. I don't even know if I would buy low on him right now.
Go ahead, Jay.
Saquon Barkley is running like David Johnson was running after he got hurt.
Oh, that's a good comparison. Because
They're
I see
running
that.
the exact same way.
He looks
good.
It's where they put that hand out to find the blocker, and then they shuffle their feet, and they never hit the hole.
For years. They're running the exact
I've
same.
never liked
They're second guessing holds.
David
They're trying to hit outside. They're trying to do stunts. Jump cuts are their favorite move, and that's bad on their knees, so they're even running hesitant on that. So they're running very similarly, and it's scary. I'm not touching Saquon because until he shows me that he's going to run hard and run forward instead of running laterally, I don't want to touch him.
Yeah.
But you won't be able to get him for the low after he shows you something.
He's more of a what have you done for me now kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what he's going to do in 2 games. I have no idea.
Well,
This game is going to come down to it. He's either going to ball out this game or he's going to look really horrible, and then I mean,
And
you
then
might be
we'll
able
get
to
it
get
for
it
the
for
lower.
nothing. For nothing, yeah.
I mean, right, exactly. Like shit. Oh,
Okay, J Love, rattle off another name. Who else we getting for the low here?
Yeah, my next guy's going to be Javonte Williams. If you look at his carry share, he almost paced Melvin Gordon. Well, he outpaced him week 1, and he tied him last week. If you take away Melvin Gordon's 70-yard run, he actually outperformed him in both games. And as soon as he gets that backfield, which I think all of us are expecting, he's going to be dominant. You're looking at that backfield, which has gotten over 27 carries in both weeks. If he gets 75% of that work, we're looking at 22 carries, plus he's going to get backfield work out of dump offs from Teddy Bridgewater. That's an RB2 at minimum.
I like it, man. And we all know Pat Shurmur loves to utilize his running backs in every facet of the game. So, and Teddy B right now, he's playing sharp, man.
Well, that's the thing. He's having to play sharp because if you look at both of those running backs, other than that long 70-yard run, they're not producing the way we all want them to on the ground right now. But I do think that's why you can get them on the low, or get him, Williams at this point, J-Love was talking about on the low right now because of that. I think Melvin Gordon still does have some juice, but we'll see how long that holds up.
Yeah, okay. Svendetta, what you got? Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there you go.
no, I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah, no. I just thought you were on mute for a second there.
No, you're good, man.
Yeah.
I'm really looking at this too, and I was really deciding between, like, I don't know about like the low, but like maybe some people could get discouraged because that article that I just attempted to write about Kyle Pitts, Calvin Ridley, Matt Ryan is not throwing down the field, right?
Yeah.
So like he's gotten in
what
the
was
past,
that one pass
dude,
over?
3 passes over 20 yards in the past 2 weeks.
Whoa, that's not Matt Ryan thing.
What
He's
the
not doing Matt
fuck?
Ryan
Like
things.
that's crazy, right? So I feel like for Kyle Pitts that could be great. Calvin Ridley, I feel like I'm hoping that could scare some people. But again, some people, they're not going to look at that, right? They're not going to be like, oh, should I trade away Calvin Ridley because Matt Ryan's not throwing downfield? The normal, you know what I mean? Like somebody's not really going to think about that. So I guess that's kind of the downfall to it. But I feel like Calvin Ridley, I would love to try to get him kind of low because he's not, I don't know. He's not like
I hope he could
doing the Calvin Ridley things right now.
I think you'd have to trade away another piece that's probably in the same kind of boat, and that would bring me into my other guy.
Depending on the owner.
Yeah, it might have to be another get him on the low type of candidate though, that you feel like you have a better chance with getting
Allen
that.
Robinson for Calvin Ridley.
Well, my other guy that I was going to say
both perform well.
The other guy that I was going to say, but the thing is, I think Calvin Ridley's name carries too much weight for you to get.
Exactly. It's the name exactly.
So, but the other guy that I was going to go with in my little deal here would have been Bobby Trees, just because Cooper Kupp is so explosive right now and dominating that target share there, and he seems to be Matt Stafford's favorite. I think that you could get Robert Woods on the low and not be too scared because they're still going to incorporate him into the offense. They have design plays for him at times, so they're going to manufacture at least 4 touches for him at some point at the very bottom, and that's what we've been seeing these last 2 weeks because it's been Cooper Kupp week every week. So on the days that doesn't happen, guess who it's probably going to be? I mean, it's going to be Robert Woods over somebody like Higbee, because we saw that where Higbee only got like 1 flipping target in the last game. You know what I mean? And at least Robert Woods gives you that baseline. So I think Robert Woods is somebody that you could. Yeah, I think Robert Woods is another. Oh heck yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah,
wide receiver 1 at the moment.
Receiver, exactly.
So
I pick him every year.
Teams are going to start to try to key in on that. Maybe shade coverage over that way, put the best corner or whatever on him. And Robert Woods is going to start to open up later on down this season. And I have both him and Allen Robinson on my damn team, and so I'm just holding right now. But those are guys that I think you can probably try to get on the low. If somebody offered me some trades with some names or like a 2-for-1 or whatever, I might have taken it a week ago. So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, my man, Mr. Holmes, what you got?
If I was to pick another one, I would take Julio Jones.
Well, it's going to be kind of hard to buy him for the low after the game like that, but
if I know a lot of people, they like, Julio only got a good 3 good games in him, and he already gave you 1. So they're like, it's only 2 more left.
You know
So
what?
that's
That is
usually
a
what.
good selling point. That's a great selling point. You could be like, listen, bro, I'll take him off your hands. You know he's only finna have 2 more good games. You had the one
Right.
already. Let me
AJ
just
Brown's
get
not
him
going to
for
drop
low.
4 passes. You know what I mean?
He damn sure only gonna get you 4 or 5 touchdowns this year. You already know that, but it just is what it is. But I would try to get Julio. Now I'm thinking in my head that we're gonna get a different Julio. You know, we'll get a touchdown machine Julio.
You know,
But-
you are the Philly Bull. I would say
Yeah.
someone that you could probably buy for low for sure right now is the Slim Reaper, man. You know what I mean? He had I'm just saying, like in general, right? Like I think you know what I mean. People might be like, oh, you know what? You might be able to move him for a Hollywood Brown plus right now. Someone would probably do that. You know what I mean? I don't know if someone would want to do that actually, but I would.
I really don't. I'll keep the Slim Reaper before I go at the Hollywood Brown. No offense to Hollywood. I love Hollywood, but I'll keep the Slim Reaper.
I got Devonta on my bench, and I have Hurts. I might even start Devonta this week. Who knows?
Yeah, against
we
that
Cowboys,
porous. Yeah, that's a lightweight poor secondary, so it's not a bad move. You know what I mean? Hustler, what you got? Getting it for the low.
Gibson, you already know there's a bunch of people panicking on him, and he got hurt in week 1, and then it was a short week in week 2, and there's a bunch of people panicking on him. And I see in that big group, and shout out to everyone in Facebook right now in the Fantasy Football Advice group. Make sure you hop over to YouTube, Fantasy Football Hustler, and then hop over to Bogart's, the GMM network. Come get subbed up. But yeah, I see people in there. Just what should I trade him away for? Like, what's the most you think I can get for him, or all types of stuff. And savvy people, we're gonna say don't trade him away, but not everybody plays in savvy leagues, so go for it.
Not to mention he came up with an injury tag again today. It's a shoulder injury that he got marked with, and he had a limited practice. So
yeah, you can use that to your advantage.
Good thing I got J.D. McKissick in almost every other league.
Use the information that they give us to your advantage. If he's on the injury report, and that's all they're going to see. They're not going to notice that he got into a limited, which puts him on pace to play the game. Use that to your advantage. Get you some Antonio Banderas Gibson for the low. Hurt. Okay, this guy was religiously a 3rd round pickup in redraft leagues this year. It's my man Jorge, George Kittle. I know everyone that has George Kittle, including myself in a couple spots, is just like, what is going on? But it's coming, bro. And I'm trying to get him for the low. I'm taking Robert Tonyan plus something, maybe even a Hollywood Brown, and I'm trying to go ahead with Hollywood Brown and Robert Tonyan, shit like that, to go ahead and package up and bring me back Jorge. I want Georgie.
Are you saying this because you're a Niners fan? I mean,
I'm saying this because
you have
awesome.
like a little bit of bias in that, like.
I mean, listen, you guys see the same games as me. We know right now.
I know,
you can get him
hair.
for the low.
It's the hair. I don't know. Maybe he's not using the right he's not using the right gel or something. I don't know. Or like mousse.
It's like the opposite of is it the shoes?
Right.
NBA Jam. Is it the hair?
He can't buy up.
Hey fellas, listen, man, this was great. I gotta go on right now, but thank y'all for inviting me and everything.
Oh yeah, man. Hey,
yeah, bro.
Of course. Man. Go ahead. I want you to make sure to drop your link to your channel in the chat. I encourage everyone to check out the Ignorant Thinkers podcast on YouTube. Man, he has a cast of brilliant individuals. Man, the Ignorant Thinkers podcast is by far one of my favorites. It's an original. It's a one of one. And before you take off, my man Dennis, go ahead and hit us with your what if scenario before you take off.
Only other what ifs, I think I gave you most of them, but I did draft all good tight ends. But if you was to get a tight end,
no, like your what if scenario, like you know what I mean, for that you had for the show. Did you have one, or you just came to rock, huh?
I did just come to rock. I ain't have one.
This is why I rock with you. This is why I rock with you, brother. You know what I mean?
It's all good.
Yeah. And
Don't worry about it. I'll be back though. I'll be back.
Yeah. I was about to say, I think we have you on the docket next week or the following week again. So we'll definitely, you'll be Playmakers. You will be seeing more of our man Dennis Holmes, and appreciate you again, man. Philly, stand up.
Thank you, man.
Later, Z.
Good show, brother. Peace. All right. So who wants to pop this off with the first what if scenario for the night?
Oh, let me get in there. I'm going Gronk. What if Gronk finishes as the tight end 2? Because I don't think he's gonna beat out Kelsey, but it's looking like he's gonna go to like 20 touchdowns. Like he's on pace for what, 25 touchdowns right now.
It's fucking
Like
ridiculous.
It's like Tom Brady's the watcher, dude. He's not intervening. He could if he wants to, but he knows that Gronk is just going to have a season because he's hyper targeting him, and he's doing it like on, I think he was like 9 and 5 targets these last 2 games, but he's doing it in the red zone. Like once they get around that area, he looks for him and he's streaking. And Gronk knows Brady. They know they have like some form of telepathy. They're in each other's underwear or something like. So he knows how to break, how to get open. He knows how to rumble and stumble, and he's a savvy vet. Not only that, he came in last season kind of like, all right, I'm out of retirement, not going to try to get into shape. Yeah. So now he's firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. So we could be seeing the Gronk of old. I remember fantasy football drafts where Gronk was like one of the top guys off the board.
First round.
Yeah, exactly.
He was the original Kelsey before.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or
for sure.
Him and Jimmy, man.
So the thing with this what if is that we've already seen that other multiverse universe where Gronk does finish as this top, 2 tight ends. So.
For the new Spider-Man.
So this one isn't too far fetched, man, and I like it because I at least have one Gronk share somewhere, so that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I got Uno Gronk share, and if I could have Uno Mas, but there's no way we can get him for the low.
He's on the trade block in my redraft league, and I was like, look, can I send Tanyan and like somebody else to this guy? Like I don't know what though.
Or is his value insanely high right now?
What if you had
probably
Kittle?
Super high?
Like his value is stupid high right now. Gronk.
What if you had Kittle and you said, "Hey man, let me get Gronk. Here's Kittle."
I would rather have.
I'd rather hold Kittle.
Right? That's where I'm at too.
Just knowing the upside of that, I think that we're still looking at Gronk. It's 2 weeks, so have some leverage.
It's not 2 weeks. It's like 10 years ever since he's always played.
Fair. But he hasn't been 33 the whole time.
But it's really look, if in the redraft league, if he's healthy and he's playing, I'd rather have him. I mean, we saw Kittle go down with the way he plays and his style. Gronk is like I'm saying, that savvy old vet. I don't know. I think I would rather have Gronk honestly right now.
He's being targeted in the red zone.
I can't even argue that right now.
Yeah, and then AB's on the COVID list, and we don't know how long.
5 targets the first week.
He's gonna freeze his feet off.
AB's out this week.
Yeah, AB's out this week.
8 targets the last game, 2 touchdowns. Like he is Tom Brady. I'm at the end zone. Yeah, I mean I know I have Mike Evans, but I love Rob Gronkowski.
Look, dude, I play flag football, and there's guys that just like get open, and the quarterback like trusts them, and it's like, how's this guy already scoring? We had a guy last night. I think he had like 800 fantasy points. He had like 60 catches, and he broke them all. Like they couldn't pull his flags, man. And he's the reason we made it to the championship, honestly.
So
but
13
I'm just saying,
targets,
like, there's guys like that.
Gronk's had 13 targets the past 2 weeks, right?
And 4 touchdowns.
How?
He's on pace for 110 targets right now.
How many attempts has Tom Brady thrown for the past 2 weeks? And Gronk's gotten 13. How many, Tom Brady?
I think he's close to 100 attempts.
Shitload.
I think he's only thrown
65.
Oh, really? I thought he was
what'd you say?
I thought he was like 40 and
40.
I thought he was like 80 attempts so far.
80, Hustler?
Am I guessing, or you want me to tell you the real answer?
Guess.
I'm already looking it up.
I already have it.
He's already looking. I don't have it. I would say he's at 69. Nice, Gronk.
Oh, hit the drop. Hit the drop. 69. Yeah.
I think he's at 85.
86 pass attempts. And only 13 have gone Gronk's way.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It does not matter. He's throwing the ball a lot, though. If you think about it, and if they're throwing the ball that much, and the running game sucks,
they're not running the ball. I
was about to say my one reservation against this offense is at some point they have to run the ball to keep a degree of balance.
By that time,
it always plays out.
By that time, our fantasy season will be over.
Right.
They
At
did
that
get
time, it's probably
to-
week 12, week 14. But
Exactly.
at
Yeah.
some point,
And
they
I
have
was
to
gonna
run the
say,
ball.
think about this, Jay Love. The two teams that got to the Super Bowl last year were like 26 and 27 in overall rush attempts, and that was the
No
Chiefs
run
and
game.
the Bucks. Yeah, and it wasn't that they didn't have a run game; they just didn't run the ball because the passing game works for them. You know what I mean?
Tom Brady's
So-
got 9 touchdowns in the first 2 games.
And 4 of them are to
I'm passing
Gronk.
touchdowns.
That's the number you should be looking at.
that is
Exactly.
a good point.
On 13
Half of
attempts.
them, damn near half.
13 attempts.
That's efficiency.
That percentage is stupid. Tom Brady
So-
is the number 2 quarterback in fantasy.
Wow.
Behind a guy
Awesome.
who is Mighty Mouse that just runs around the field and plays Madden.
Hey, I got
Like,
2 shares of Kyler.
Kyler.
I got 2 shares of Brady in like 10 leagues, so I feel pretty good
I
about
don't
that.
have neither of them.
I'm in like, I think I'm in 18 leagues this year, and I have like 12 shares
Holy-
of Kyler Murray.
Neither
Ooh.
of them.
I have like 12 shares of Kyler Murray.
That was me last year, dude. I had Kyler everywhere. I'm happy to have a few, and I'm also mad at myself that there was a few where I tried to diversify. I was like, you know what? Let's take Josh Allen here. And
Well, that's what happens when you're in a lot of leagues. You know what I
Killing
mean?
Yeah.
By the
So
way,
right now,
Josh Allen,
that should have
pick
been
it
a buy
up.
low. That should have been a buy
Josh
low.
Allen, pick it up. I
Yeah,
have
but he
him in
needs to get
SSB.
that.
It's killing me. I have Josh Allen in the Style Fishbowl. And
I have
it's
Josh
killing
Allen in a
me.
bunch. Yeah, same. Us
Well,
105s there, J Love.
105ers.
That's right.
105ers.
That's 105ers.
It's only been 2 weeks. We'll see the trends pretty
Exactly.
soon. I
It's
think
only
in
been
another 2
We
weeks.
still have like 24 more to go. So
I just do want to say one thing before we go to our next what if scenario. Mushrooms give me money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Logan, to answer your question, no, I actually haven't. I have not.
Oh, yeah?
ventured with the ones
Oh,
you got me.
listen.
How long do those last?
Just put them in
A
a
good
jar.
while.
They're in a
Yeah.
jar. Trust me, they're in a jar.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
forever then,
Yeah.
forever. They will
It's not like
age
they're
like
gonna-
a fine wine.
It's not like they're gonna get fungus on them.
Nice.
I know, right?
Yeah. They literally can't go bad. Literally can't go
Right?
bad.
I mean,
They really
it's like
don't.
blue
Already
cheese, right?
rotten.
Yeah.
Already
Blue
rotten.
cheese
Yes.
or sour cream, right? Why does sour cream have an expiration date? Heyo. There's a
Okay.
dad joke for you.
So,
Yeah.
who wants it next, man?
What if I got it? What if I had to write this down because I would have forgotten it? Thank you. What if Trevor
you did
Lawrence
write it
actually
down?
went to the NFL sooner?
And didn't go to the
Taking them.
Jaguars.
Well, I'm saying, like, what if Trevor Lawrence would have went out after like his sophomore year? He just said, you know what, screw it. I just
'Cause he
wanna make
was
some money. I don't
eligible.
even wanna. He
Who
was
had the number one
So we
pick
lower
then?
the age of eligibility is what you're saying for him to come out.
Oh, that is a good point.
They changed
You
it
have to do that because he came out as early as possible. This was the earliest he ever could have came out.
4 years later.
3. He was only 3 years in.
Yeah,
Seemed
he
like
didn't
played
red-
on
he
the
didn't
team.
redshirt,
Seemed like
did he?
he's playing on the team. For
No,
like
he
10
never
years.
redshirted.
No, he was a
played as
walk
freshman.
on. Yeah.
He played.
Yeah,
as
it's
a
only redshirted sophomores that can come in.
All
He
right,
started
so-
college at the age
So
of
he came in
16.
as early
though.
as possible. So basically, you're saying, what if we lower the age
All right,
for him to
never
come
mind
out?
My what if was completely unresearched. Thank you, J Love.
Actually, no. That is a really good what if though, because what if we did lower the age of eligibility for people to come out? What if people had to play 1 year in college, like NBA, like
They're already getting
any other
paid.
sport for the most part? They could come out. What
But-
if teams did that?
But you got a guy who's like 26 years old, probably in his prime. Let's say, okay, may he rest in peace, Sean Taylor, right? He is going to run at a guy who's a quarterback who's coming out, Trevor Lawrence, who's what, 19 years
19
old?
years old.
My man might die, actually.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need to I mean, there's just a different level of like grown men in college compared to like the cream of the crop athletes in the
That's
NFL.
why basketball, I feel like basketball, an 18-year-old could definitely play with a 30-year-old or a 28-year-old. Like, it's
Yeah.
just, you can do it more so than, I guess, football, right? So,
Yeah.
But I retract
You're not
my
lugging around
Trevor
your whole body weight.
Lawrence.
That's all good. That was a good what if because we
What
got
if-
to explore it a
What if
little
the
bit.
Giants would have drafted a good quarterback, right? Like, what if
There you go.
what if they didn't think, hey, Duke players do not go, like, they go play basketball, right? They don't play football. Like,
Okay,
so-
let's go with this. I like this. So, what if the Giants drafted someone else instead
so
of
who
Danny
was that
Dimes?
year, right? Who was that year? I'm gonna play.
So Kyler went 1, Daniel Jones went 9, and then Haskins went 15.
So it probably
So,
would have been what
Let's
Haskins.
say they take Haskins and he pans out.
Does
Got
he
it.
though?
Let's say.
What if he pans out?
We're gonna find out
Wow.
soon because Big Ben's gonna keep getting injured like every single game. We're gonna see Haskins soon.
I hope he plays.
I hope he sits out for all the pieces that I have for the Steelers because it's like he needs to rest, man.
I got one Deontay, and that's it. I don't have any Steelers across all those leagues.
I got Deadpool in a couple spots. He was going in a nice area of the draft, like 7th round type. You know what I mean?
I didn't want to play that
Deontay's.
crapshoot like with the 3 receivers, but I did it.
Man, I love Deontay, man.
That's the one I took.
So he was
So,
Daniel
okay.
Jones, right? Daniel Jones is 6.
How about
Jesus
this?
Christ.
What if
Daniel
What
Jones was
if-
6?
I think so.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he
Even
did.
worse than I
Yeah,
They
thought.
traded
That's
up.
even worse than I thought. I thought he went 9th.
Didn't they trade
Oh,
up to get their guy or some shit? Or no?
Well, they
they
had
did,
two.
No,
They had
they
two
did.
picks in the first
They-
because of the
Drew
Lock-
OBJ.
Drew
It
Lock
was-
went the 2nd round.
Oh yeah, he was in that class. And then
Wait,
Will
the Odell
Greer was
Beckham
probably
trade.
the 5th quarterback.
Wow. So,
Will-
all right. You know what? Honestly,
But how about-
Giants, I would have just rolled with what I had and just waited till the next year.
Yeah,
How
It was
about-
grass besides Kyler Murray.
yeah.
It was
But how about this?
literally not
How-
one person.
What if the
How-
Cardinals
would
take
they-
Nick Bosa? There we go.
Oh,
I mean, well, they had what's his name, man? What's the Jewish homie, man?
Josh
Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen stays the quarterback.
oh
They
yeah.
suck.
Who apparently was the best quarterback according to him.
Don't
Screw these
Okay, how
guys
about
for
this?
letting me fall so far. Yeah.
Speaking
We-
about
we can still
trading
do
up to
this.
draft quarterbacks, the
Yeah.
Cardinals traded up
I
to
still
draft.
like this what if. This is a good what if because what if they drafted Sam Darnold instead of Saquon the year before that? You know what I mean?
True.
I mean, there was the Giants. There was
Yeah.
Saquon would have went. Where would
Exactly.
he have went? What draft was
I
that?
mean, they
2020?
that was
Oh,
2018.
That was the Browns?
2018.
Eli just
Probably
wasn't done yet. at
the
that
Browns
point.
probably would have taken him right at 4 or 5, wherever they took Bradley Chubb.
So
Or not bad. Denzel Ward.
Yeah, that's right. Because they had 2 picks that year too.
Yeah,
'cause
they
remember
had 2 top 5 picks. So
Yeah.
the Browns probably would have taken him at 4.
yes, Bradley Chubb at 5. Or no.
And Denzel Ward went 4.
Denzel Ward went 4, correct. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and they got Myles Garrett in that same draft too, correct?
No, year before.
The year before.
It was the year
Okay.
before,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
They went
Browns.
Baker.
Garrett was the
Baker
number one
was
Browns
there.
stay. Oh, they
Browns
got Baker.
Browns have the most
That's
number one
right.
picks I think I've ever seen, right?
Ever.
They finally hit the Baker though.
Ironic. They're the Cleveland Cavaliers of the NFL. Both in
Ooh.
Cleveland.
Wow. Okay, well, speaking of
Sorry,
Sam
Cleveland.
Darnold, what ifs, right? What if Sam Darnold is who the NFL assumed he was? What if it was the Jets that really fucked him up? Which is not really a what if, that was obvious. But what if what
We
if
saw it.
Carolina and Joe Brady and Ja Rule over there is murder? What if they got Sam Darnold right now? And what
Man.
if they are playoff bound?
Tell you what, they got him for a steal because they traded a 2nd, a 5th, and a 7th or something.
Yeah.
If you get a franchise quarterback out of that, golly, good on you.
Golly. Nice, bro.
But
Nice. I know you're
Gosh
not
darn
allowed
it.
to curse. It's
it's
fine.
just
Philip
weird.
Rivers, Philip Rivers arsenal right there.
Yep.
It'd be interesting to see
Fart
because
nugget.
you're pairing. If you do get a franchise quarterback, you have CMC, and then you have a slew of wide receivers to throw to.
What a
Not to mention, I'm a massive Tommy Tremble fan, which I believe they have a tight end that they can run for years in that offense. So they literally have a great offense that's almost QB proof, with a great offensive mastermind. And honestly, what situation can you be better for? I mean, maybe the offensive line improves a little bit, but you're picking and choosing at that point.
Ryan
So-
Tannehill.
Being that you are in Carolina, right? What is the vibe out there with being, them being 2-0 right now?
So one, I haven't gone outside the house much. College work. I'm deadlocked inside.
Yeah, you look a little pasty.
That's always me, my guy.
You gotta
That's
get some
always me.
vitamin D, bro.
But
Sunlight, man, it's good. It's good.
Carolina fans are excited. That defense more so than anything is what they're excited for. Brian Burns is finally blossoming into the edge rusher everybody thought he could be.
And then his son
Hassan
Reddick.
Reddick right on the other side is becoming an animal. Derek Brown on the inside is great. Shaq Thompson, solid inside linebacker. And then, of course, the IDP prize himself, Jeremy Chin, is an animal on that back end. So I think everybody's more excited about this defense and the offense finally picking it up because last year the defense was good. It went under the radar. It's just that they were constantly getting set back by that offense. So people are finally starting to pick it up.
It's just this one. This one I figured would be polarizing because he's always been one of the guys. You know, my man Darnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator himself. He's always been a guy I would beat the drum for, and people would just laugh at me. And I was one of the most excited for him to go to Carolina because of everything you just said, J Love. They got everything in place there, and they're definitely overshadowed by the fact that they're in the same division with the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Saints, who just historically are those guys. I think like they're a solid shot at the 7th seed.
I mean, even the Falcons get more coverage than the Panthers if you look at it, because they have Matt Ryan and they have the talented names, Calvin Ridley,
Kyle Pitts.
Julio Jones was just there, and then they draft Kyle Pitts. So even the Falcons have a bigger name, and they've just gone under the radar. So I think it's almost like a shifting of the guard in a sense in that division.
Oh yeah. Who else
I get to see them.
on it?
I get to see them live tomorrow, so that'll be fun, and that's probably the biggest reason why I'm going to that game.
Everybody got away from Adam Gase, right? I mean, I feel
Yep.
like that was the problem, right? Ryan Tannehill, he needed to change the scenery. I'm looking at that draft, actually, the 2012 draft. Holy crap.
Who was in that?
The first round?
Who was that? Eric Fisher? Was that Eric Fisher's year?
Yeah, it was.
Andrew Luck, number 1, RG3,
Oh, that
Trent
was
Richardson,
Eric Fisher was
Matt
2013.
Khalil, Justin Blackman,
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Morris Claiborne,
Ew.
Wow.
Mark Barron, who,
Ew.
all right. Ryan Tannehill next, and then Luke Kuechly. You know,
Kuechly.
Oh,
yeah.
So only one solid pick inside the top 10.
Stephon Gilmore,
Wow.
number 10. So there you go.
Okay.
There's your best pick.
So
There's your best
three,
pick.
There's three good picks there.
Yeah, there's
Remember
3,
Michael
but man,
Floyd?
there's some misses.
Michael
mean,
Floyd, everybody
That's a
remember
rough draft
him?
class.
Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins were drafted in that same draft later on,
Yeah.
as well as Kaepernick, and those guys actually flourished. You know, obviously Andrew Luck was the GOAT, right?
Right.
Nick, shout out to Nick Beard. You know, he retired, so he will just always be someone we speculate of what if he stayed playing, right? But
Well,
that is kind of
I'm
crazy.
glad he retired, honestly.
That was the Bruce Irvin pick by Seattle, which everybody thought was crazy, and he actually turned out to be pretty solid.
Oh, Bruce Irvin was the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "What?" AJ Jenkins, I know I remember you remember him, Bogard.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
great. He was great.
Dude,
Right?
we got rid of him like after 2 seasons. He was gone. I don't even think he really saw the field with us. We have, you know, if you look at the Niners' first round picks from that year on, all the way up until Bosa, a lot of them didn't pan out, man. Like we had like a first round curse on us for a long time, and then even
When
Nick
was
Bosa
Patrick
ended up
Willis
getting hurt.
drafted?
2009, if I remember correctly.
What a freak.
Ah.
He panned
So
out.
what's interesting about this class? So I just looked at the 2012 class as well, and they have a ton of defensive talent in that class. If you look at it, Fletcher Cox, Bobby Wagner,
Melvin
Chandler
Ingram,
Jones,
Chandler Jones, right?
Harrison
Yeah.
Smith,
Yep.
even
Deonta
guys like
Hightower.
Derek Wolf, or even back there,
Ooh,
solid players.
Where did he go? He went to the Broncos, right?
Yeah, Denver.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn, that was some bad. You just rattled off a bunch of Super Bowl winning motherfuckers, right?
Stephon
there.
Gilmore's probably going to be maybe a Hall of Famer, I feel like, at one point. I don't know. I think he's that good. If he keeps it up,
Keeps
he's
it up,
solid.
yeah.
He's
I
been
mean,
he's been a
corners
top-ranked
have a-
quarterback for a while.
My Niners will trade for him. We need him.
Corners have a shockingly small shelf life unless they can transition to safety. That's when they become valuable.
Namdi Asamoah, there's one. Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. I remember Nobby.
One great, phenomenal season, and then after that, he just completely fell apart. Josh Norman, another dumpster
1 year
fire.
wonder.
I feel like 1 year
Yeah.
after that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I mean,
got a
you know
massive
what?
payday off that too.
Oh,
We
my God, he
remember
got
him
paid.
for being the guy that trolled OBJ. That's how we remember him.
Yeah, more
And
like
then
the guy
getting
OBJ
ran-
almost took his head off.
And then getting stiff armed to hell last year
Oh.
by Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't know he was playing until I saw that, meme. I was
Wait,
like, oh
seriously?
shoot,
He's
Josh
still
Rosen.
still playing?
Yeah,
He's
he's
with
still
my
playing.
Niners now.
That's right. That's
He's
right.
with
on
my
your Niners.
Niners now.
That's right. He's on your Niners.
I'd rather have Stephon
Does he play?
Gilmore.
All right, guys, let me
Yeah.
give you my what if, because I didn't actually go, but what
ahead.
if, and I'm going to make it Houston related. What if Tyrod Taylor is really good luck Chuck?
Good luck, Chuck. Oh,
Yeah, what if
snap,
he's
I
really
like
good
this.
luck Chuck? The last couple of every time he's gotten injured, he's paved the way for a couple of quarterbacks. And you want to go like even before that, he was actually Josh Allen's predecessor as well. So I mean, with a little Nathan Peterman in between. But if you want to, if you want
Davis Mills is your,
eight interceptions in Nathan Peterman.
He's going to have a tough test on a short week versus the number one defense in the NFL right now. So we're not going to see it right out of the gate. But if he kind of holds his own in this game and they don't lose by double-digit points, then who knows, right? Maybe Tyrod Taylor.
30.
I'm talking
20. I'm happy.
No, I'm talking about for the what if scenario. If this would mean that Davis Mills is going to keep that job for more than 4 weeks. True. When Tyrod Taylor comes back, is he going to go sit his ass back on the pine and is it Tyrod's team again, or is he going to have enough, to show? And is it going to be a good luck Chuck scenario again, where Tyrod isn't a starting quarterback? There is no next guy. They just activated Jeff Driscoll off the practice squad.
All right, so I feel like Jeff Driscoll could end up being, and I don't want to say this, but like. The offensive line for the Texans, I don't know. They lost what? Nico Collins is out. Danny Amendola is out.
Nico Collins and Amendola don't play on the offensive lines, fam. Those are receivers. The offensive line has only allowed 2 sacks in the last 2 games.
Nico Collins is on IR, right?
I don't know. This is going to be rough. It's going to
be rough, but you have that outside of Houston mentality where you haven't seen this team and you don't look at them play and you just think that there's a whole bunch of new names and they want to tank. They wouldn't have won the first game.
I'll say this: the Texans' defense has been shockingly good.
Thank you very much.
Shockingly
3 turnovers forced in the first game. 2 turnovers forced last week against the Browns. They forced the fumble. They picked off Baker Mayfield.
They play decent coverage.
They play basic, simple defense, but everybody's flying to the ball.
I'm still a Vernon Hargrave fan. I don't know why.
Look, they're going to get eaten up by McCaffrey, but don't count on anybody else really blowing up in the game, like other than maybe a long Robbie Anderson or DJ Moore touchdown. If they get behind the defense on something, but I wouldn't expect it to be like the over/under is only 43 points, and the Panthers are only favored to win by 8. They're only favored to and they're only favored to win by 8. Dude, in a game with a starting rookie quarterback and the worst predicted team in the league, when it's only an 8-point spread, I mean, come on.
But look what they did to the Saints last week. I don't know. Are the Saints are they better?
You mean Jameis Winston's Saints that only threw for 150 yards in week 1?
Yeah, but then they destroyed the Packers before that. I don't know.
But the Detroit Lions. And the
Detroit Lions.
You gotta line up, and that's why they play the game. You think the Texans are just gonna say, no, you know what, we suck for forfeit. No, you gotta play the game, and you gotta look at the trends. You gotta see what's happening. The Texans have a decent defense. Granted, they have a rookie quarterback, and I think they're gonna lose, but I don't think they're gonna get blown out and embarrassed on national TV.
Going off this what if scenario, if Davis Mills is a good quarterback, you just have to wonder what this means for Deshaun Watson. You just have to.
Well, I think he's never playing a snap. He's never playing a snap for Houston.
He's never ever again. Houston again. But does this mean that they require less because they have a quarterback that they know and trust in?
Maybe he gets traded sooner.
Yeah, maybe he gets traded sooner because now they're not like, now we don't need to keep him in our back pocket.
Get a couple first rounds, whatever you can, right? I mean,
they obviously like something in Mills. Yeah, they obviously like something in Mills.
Mills is a big boy. He's a Stanford quarterback. He's a Stanford product, right?
Like he's very rough around the edges. He was supposed to be developmental this year. He wasn't really supposed to see the field. I think, despite what the media was kind of saying, it's like how long before he gets in? Well, obviously, he
was basically their first round pick because he was their first pick that they had in the draft.
Right. Look, he came in. He came in last week.
Fishbowl.
Yeah, there you go. He came in. Look, I just picked him up off of waivers in Scott Fishbowl. So look,
I was looking. He was literally my last pick, I think.
I have him rostered in the 32-man league, which is
called me, right?
Great.
Hustler was like, I got 2 picks back to backs, my last 2 picks in the Scott Fish. And when he was telling me who was available, I was like Davis Mills, and then I think it was MC Hamler, my man KJ Hamler. I was like, get them both. Because I was and I said this, I said, Tyrod Taylor is the usher. He, like you said, good luck, Chuck. I like that better than the usher, too, because, I'm not a fan of Usher's music.
Because Dane Cook
but it makes sense.
Did sleep with those women to make them find their
ex-husband or whatever. Yeah, so their hope, maybe there's a marriage between Mills' future with the Texans, and he gets to show it out. I listened to the press conferences.
Dane Cook Taylor.
I like that. But you know what, though? Jeff
The
Driscoll.
players like him. He came in last week, and if you think about it, he's a rookie in week 2, getting thrown into the NFL first game on the road in Cleveland in a close game. It's 14-14.
Right, a
and
divisional game, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
He comes out and he throws a pick. First drive, sets up the Browns on their own 25-yard line, right, in the first drive, and they score, and they're down. They're down this one touchdown the rest of the second half until the final minutes when Nick Chubb kind of breaks a long one in
that big one. Yep.
Yeah, and then they set him up for a little screen pass that what's his face, Jay Love's favorite rising sleeper at the moment. What's his name?
Felton?
Dimitri Felton.
Yes, Dimitri Felton.
Yeah.
So he set up that screen pass for
Too.
Felton. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it was a close game. After this,
guy, I might need to pick him up.
After this pick, look, the rookie settled down. He came back against that defense. He led a 75-yard drive and then capped it off with a Brandon Cooks touchdown. So you know it's going to be a tough test against this defense, like I'm saying, because y'all were just talking about it right now in the previous segment. But I think if he at least shows some poise, he settles down, he doesn't make too many mistakes. The problem is I see him make a lot of overthrows. The ball sails on him a lot. So I'm worried about that.
Man. He doesn't know his own strength.
I see him finishing the season.
Preseason jitters, maybe it could be preseason jitters. Maybe he settles down. They make some easy throws for him. They compress the playbook. They get him comfortable. They lean on the run game. They slow this thing down and they make it an ugly game. And that's probably what we're going to see.
That's how you guys win, though. That's how you're going to win a game.
That's the Texans game plan every week. Trust me.
I don't think Tyrod Taylor is going to play the rest of the season.
Oh man, I hope he comes back.
I wouldn't be surprised if a report came out and they're like, you know
his QBR was better than Patrick Mahomes.
It was good. Like he was very efficient. He was very efficient.
Yeah. Even if Tyrod does come back, he's not going to be himself. Tyrod Taylor is best when he's out of the pocket, and he's not going to be doing that on a sore hamstring. Even if it's healthy, he's not going to be in that mindset to where, okay, let me run. Nah, you just tore your hamstring, buddy. Stay in the
they're
pocket.
keeping him out 4 weeks. They say, he's on the IR, so.
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's see how soon. Let's see how soon it turns to shit.
Blinker. We all know this. We've been around. Hamstrings take seasons to heal, if not more.
I've dealt with them. I'm feeling it right now, actually. But that's my sad what if. Hopefully, though, it turns into a good, entertaining game for me tomorrow night. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm praying for.
It's gonna be a hell of a trip. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It will be.
Okay, who wants it next? Who give me some what ifs?
Dude, I'll go. So Miles, actually, I heard you talking about this and how you brought up the Raiders last week. Going back, we're seeing Derek Carr hit a stride. What if Derek Carr never breaks his leg in 2016 and keeps going forward and playing like that? And if what we're seeing is Derek Carr in stride, what if he plays in stride these past few years? Because think about it, they trade Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack because of that injury. So they keep those two players, and now you have great. And maybe they don't even fire. Who was the head coach at the time?
Chucky.
No,
the
who was
bowl
the
cut. Dennis. What was it? Was it Captain Jack? Was it Jack?
Jack Del Rio.
Del
Rio. Likely because they make the playoffs that year, and they probably make the playoffs the next few years. With Derek Carr playing like that.
Think about this too. This was life before Patrick Mahomes was in that division, and. Who did they go into the playoff? They were locked into the playoffs. It was against the Colts. Donald Penn gives up one sack the whole year, and it happened to be the one that destroyed Derek Carr's leg, right?
Oh,
they were already
playoff
bound, and then they go in there. Was it McGloin? Was that
McGloin? And they lose to Houston Texans.
Matt McGloin, was that his name?
They lose to Osweiler's led Texans.
They lose to Osweiler and Jadeveon Clowney with a pick six, or no? He had a
Jadeveon Clowney.
It was a strip sack.
He had a strip sack that set up an easy touchdown.
Brock Osweiler. Wow.
Brock Osweiler winning a playoff game.
Good
the
Lord.
Brock Lobster.
Same kind of
game that got him.
The following week, the Texans are 4 points down to the Patriots, and Will Fuller drops a wide open touchdown pass in the fourth quarter that would have put them up with just minutes left in that game.
But
and then
who was throwing the ball? The Lobster.
But
it was a good ball. It was Will Fuller had the dropsies.
Yeah.
It was like his rookie year or something.
I saw this question in the chat. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you see this question from our Facebook.
Go ahead,
they traded Darrell Henderson and Gronk for Dalvin Cook.
So
who's your tight end? So who's your tight end then, right?
Bravo.
I don't know how you got Dalvin Cook after last week.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook got
maybe
anything
because
he wanted last week.
Maybe just because he showed up on the injury report or something. Like I don't know.
Hey, if you guys
Bravo.
weren't watching that game,
But if you're
he
trading
left the
Gronk,
game.
who do you have? Like, do you have Darren Waller?
Dalvin Cook
Probably have
left.
somebody better. I mean, Gronk is a
Gronk was
free-
going late in drafts.
Yeah.
though.
I'm okay with
I
that.
got him in like
think
one of my
Kyle
last
Pitts is
picks.
on the rise. Actually, there you go. There's a buy low.
Nah,
Sorry,
you win that
There's
trade.
my buy low.
You win that. He got him
Yeah,
for the
win.
low.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely won that. But like, it's crazy
Nah,
that he traded Gronk. I guess so. He got lucky, Drew. I think.
Okay.
Were you guys watching that
Look.
Cardinals game, by the way? Because Dalvin Cook left that game, I think 3 or 4 times.
Oh yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
we know this with Dalvin Cook too. Like that's
He does
the
that.
thing. And, like,
He does this, but
but I
it
feel like
was
nobody
bad.
talks about it. It's not like it's not as you know,
It's 'cause
like
that's-
Dalvin Cook's gonna get hurt.
So he left. He
whatever
left the
else.
first time
I'll still
with
draft
a
him number
hand
2.
injury. He I think he got his hand stepped on. Came back in. Then he hurt his
that's
back.
dirty.
Then he hurt his back, and then he came back, and then I think one of the last drives of the game. Then
It
he
was the ankle.
sprung his ankle.
Yeah.
He got every single part of his body hurt.
I've had weeks like that playing.
I think this is a great
flag
trade
football.
because even Darrell Henderson is hurt right now. So that,
Yeah.
bravo, man. That's you did
He
that.
got
Was,
what, rib cartilage?
you get the Bogard award.
Yeah,
for
hopefully
that
that's
trade.
not-
for show.
That
Hopefully
really
that's
is
not bad.
That is like the
There's a chance Daryl
That
Henderson
is-
misses the rest of the year.
That is the
Wow.
get it
Don't
for
say
the
that.
low.
I could have traded him away and I held on to him.
Man, listen, that's the get it for the low, like award of the year so far.
Right.
I love that. As matter of fact, every week, y'all, I want everyone listening or watching, I want y'all to keep coming at us with your trades that you got them for the low, because that one takes the cake right now.
I saw another
And
one in the chat too.
get-
This one
Get
looks a little
Alexander
crazy, though.
Madison too.
I do
He's
not
a
like
handcuff.
Alexander Madison.
Don't do that.
He's
Don't
a
do that.
handcuff.
He
Yeah.
stinks.
Hustler,
think
what
he
do you
has
let
standalone.
me hear this. Well, let me hear
He's
this.
handcuffs you buy from the dollar store. That's what he is.
No, not even, man. No, he's a dollar that's on the ground that you step over that you don't even want. Like he is always garbage when he has to come in and be the guy. When Cook is not there, he's garbage. When he comes
Yeah.
in to spell Cook during the game, then he's like amazing.
That's why I don't
Yeah.
like Chase
Okay.
Edmonds.
Okay, I was just about to say, so he's Chase
I
Edmonds.
don't like Chase Edmonds either. I don't like Chase Edmonds at all.
Well, you know what, guys, I do like all of you, but I do have to put my kids to bed, so it was a pleasure
Dude,
tonight.
Like
I will let you. Yeah, I will let you, but I also got to get rest. I got to get, I got to still drop them off at school in the morning. And then I got to hoof it about 5.5 hours up to Houston and start tailgating. So
All
super
good,
tough.
my brother.
Super
Hey,
tough
man.
day.
Seriously, that far?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Peacock.
Texas is big. You know this.
I know that. I know. I didn't realize you were that far. I thought you were like maybe like an hour or two.
He's
No,
like
no,
as
no,
south
no.
as possible. In,
No,
in
but yeah,
Texas.
but it's a smooth, straight drive. I got a couple of podcasts to just listen to on the way. So,
I will say,
good.
You going by
Peacock, man,
yourself?
drive
Yeah,
safe.
I'm meeting my cousin out there. I have his ticket. So
I want to say, drive safe. Have a safe trip. You know what I mean?
as long as it's not raining, I'll be fine.
I fully expect. Actually, we're gonna hear it from you about
Yeah.
the Texans if they pull off this upset.
Oh, they won't. Don't jinx it. But I don't think they
He's
will.
gonna be
but
all over Twitter. He's gonna be all over Twitter, all over everything.
when they
We'll
beat
find
Jacksonville,
out.
I didn't
We'll see
say.
Miles. We'll find Miles.
I didn't say anything when they beat Jacksonville week 1 to all the people who were saying they were going to go 0-17. So
Hey,
you know.
Jacksonville is going to go 0-17, and Urban Meyer is not going to be the coach.
With
I
that-
hope.
with that, I'll leave you guys though. I'll leave you guys with that though. But you can find me here on Wednesday nights doing it on What If. You can catch me on Twitter, ff_Peacock, and of course Sunday mornings with Clock Management doing our last minute lineup advice. So
By the
we'll
way,
catch you then.
I'll see you later this Sunday.
All right, I got to work on
Yeah.
a clip for a segment, so I'm going to do that on the way back from Houston. So
Shit, man.
I've got
I
some
would
busy
join
work
you
to
guys,
do.
but that's the baptism, so I can't. join
Oh,
you guys.
well,
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You got to splash the holy water. You know
That's
what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Hell
Well,
yeah.
blessings and goodwill to you all, gentlemen, and I will catch you on the flip side.
Later,
Michelle Peacock. Be
Later.
easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Facebook user asked, "Are we on YouTube? Is this Donnie from earlier?" Yeah, we are. So we're on my channel, Fantasy Football Hustler, and then we're on Bogard's channel, the GMM Network.
Yeah, and to me, it don't matter where you find us as long as you found us, man. So check us out. Be sure to sub all that. Okay, so Man, well, I guess we could shoot the shit a little bit more on a couple more if anyone else got a little more.
What if Urban Meyer is not hired as the Jacksonville Jaguars coach? I don't know. I like it's very tough. It's a very tough transition, right? Like Harbaugh did it for the Niners, and honestly,
he had a team in place though. Harbaugh had a team in place.
He did. That's correct. That is correct. I just don't want him to be the Michigan fan or the coach anymore. Being a Michigan fan, I don't want him to be the coach.
Harbaugh after a while.
He has not beaten Ohio State, so that's my number one. That's my main.
That might change this year. Ohio State isn't all that this year.
I really hope Michigan looks good though. They look good. But anyway, what if Urban Meyer? Like, what if he actually had an NFL coach? Like, what if Trevor Lawrence had an NFL coach? You know what I mean?
I suddenly like every player on Jacksonville's team. No, literally, I'm not touching James Robinson right now because of their head coach. I think James Robinson is in a perfect position to be a great running back, output and real life output. And all of a sudden, just because Urban Meyer is the head coach and doesn't know how to run an offense in an efficient manner, and just completely is negligent to the fact that he has last year he was a top 7 running back in output.
It's disgusting. 6? It's terrible.
So
Urban Meyer is going to be fired.
He has pieces. I mean, Laviska Shenault is a guy I think everybody was high on coming into this year, and now where's all the Laviska hype? It's dead because of Urban Meyer.
Well, he's also hurt too, right? He's a little banged up right now. I think.
You know what makes me mad, Jane Love?
Which doesn't help.
What really pisses me off about that situation is Darrell Bevel's there. Darrell Bevel is a proven coordinator. Like, everything is there to scheme right. And I don't know what Urban Meyer's doing with an offensive coordinator like that, who's actually produces running backs like Marshawn Lynch, like Adrian Peterson. And then so the idea of James Robinson with him, especially after ETN, I was like, yo, James Robinson about to go crazy.
The one thing I will give this is based on where they draft Travis Etienne, I almost think they were planning on using him like that, and that James Robinson was almost going to be a compliment. That's my one thought, because they're giving what did James Robinson have? 5 carries and 8 carries?
Week 1, yeah.
No, it's gross. I think he had 10 carries maybe the second week or something like that. It doesn't matter.
They're not using
Terrible.
him. So if that's a second string running back amount of carries. That's
and
what
they're about to get smacked by the Cardinals this week.
Oh, please. And thank God for the Vikings never being able to kick a football.
For real. What was that
5
guy's
carries
name?
the first week, then 11 for James Robinson.
What was that kicker's
Wait,
name?
was it?
Player? That
5 and 11.
5 and 11? Yeah.
11.
6
what about targets?
6
What
and
about
3.
targets? Because 6 targets.
Like, it's bad. It's really bad. It's really bad.
I like the 6 targets week 1, but
then only 5 carries. But then on the flip side, the next week, 11 carries, 3 targets.
3 targets.
So it's like,
there's no balance.
What are you doing, Urban?
I mean, if you look at it last year,
you're going to be called Rural.
If that is your real name, Urban.
God, we're going to build a city around you, bro. Like,
right?
Terrible, man. I don't know.
Okay, so just to make this clear, James Robinson multiple times last year had games where he had 22 carries and 6 targets.
Yes.
Wow.
He was getting a lot. He was getting a lot of carries. Correct.
Can we agree to this? That they knew they weren't going to make it at all. So they could be down multiple possessions and they get the ball and they act like the game is tied. They would just run the ball. They were doing that last year. I think they're in line to do that again this year. Like, their defense is ass. Just get your offense.
That's the thing, though. The defense even has pieces. Like, the defense really does.
Love Josh Allen.
Is a good player.
Yeah,
Miles Jack. Love Miles Jack.
They just traded away Joe Schobert, which was
stupid.
Trading away Joe Schobert shows me that they know that they're competing for the number 1 draft pick.
Right? They're going to have the next quarterback next year.
Sidney Jones played good for them last year, and then they ship him off to Seattle. He played great in those 5 games he played. And then C.J. Henderson is a young corner that has had his up and downs. Other than that,
second-year guy, yeah.
Who plays for them at safety right now? I know safety is their weakness, but they got rid of Ronnie Harrison, who then went over to Cleveland and played amazing.
They have Rashawn Jenkins, who's balling for IDP because everyone's throwing on him like crazy.
Well, yeah, and he's just getting tackles because of positioning. That's what that is. Andrew Wingard is at their strong safety at the moment. Ew. But other than that, they have good pieces there. Like Josh Allen, Miles Jack. I'm a big believer in Caleb Von Chase-On. I think he can be a great edge rusher. He has all the traits. He just needs to get the production. But even across that defensive line isn't bad. Taven Bryan was a first-round pick. They have Devon Hamilton, who's a nose tackle, who's a good player. So it's really just about the coaching. I think if they get good coaching, then that team can be very good. But Urban Meyer is not that.
And you know what sucks, man, is like no coaches probably want to go there. Like, so I think Urban Meyer might, even with them having the first round draft pick or the first overall pick.
I would go there. Sign me up. I'll coach Jacksonville.
Give me a job. Give me a job.
James Robinson, he rushed for 1,070 yards last year. He only played 14 games.
Mm-hmm.
Have we seen this
And
before?
What do you like? And he had 60 targets as an undrafted free agent. Like, this is ridiculous. Rookie, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Urban, what are you doing? Carlos Hyde is 75 years old. Why is he even getting a touch? I
hate Carlos Hyde. Even me being a Niner, I hate him
Carlos
back
Hyde
then.
with Urban Myers. One, because he was also Ohio State, and I hate Ohio State. So
he is a vulture, J Love.
He goes places and messes up RB1s. That's Carlos Hyde's role.
No,
whatever
I'm
team
Urban
he
Meyer
goes
on
to,
this
I
one.
don't want him.
You know what? Your version is better, Sven.
I think
is
Urban Meyer's at
fault.
fault. I think he's the jerk. Just wanna
You know
slap
what,
him.
too? All the hoopla that we've been hearing, that he's like flashing on the coordinators and he's bumping heads with players. I mean, because this is not college players that you can just like.
These guys are
talk
making millions,
down to.
right? Exactly.
Yeah, they're grown ass men now. Smack the shit out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like these aren't like 5 guys that are going to make it to the NFL, and the other guys are just like, all right, screw you, Urban.
Yeah,
and they're in Jacksonville where it's a little bit hood, so they'll do a lot more and slap him if he gets out of pocket.
Real talk. And the fact that they're in Florida just makes them
That's
a
right.
crazy person.
Florida demons are different.
Yeah.
They do have a
Florida
pool.
boys-
They do have a pool
Florida
in the
boys
stadium
built
too,
different.
right?
They are built different, bro. And when you're in the great state of Florida, you'll pick up a little bit of those traits, even if you're not from there, bro.
Yeah, man.
So
I don't know, dude.
maybe Urban Meyer is just a crazy person now that he's in Florida.
Hey, man.
Florida's crazy, bro.
Okay, speaking of buy low, I don't know if I'm buying James Robinson, but in a redraft league I'm in, he was traded for Kyle Pitts straight up.
Really?
Bad trade for as it stands right now.
As the Kyle Pitts owner, I'm very upset. I'm very upset with him, actually.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Raj made that trade.
Raj,
shout out to Raj, man. Shout out to Raj.
Rajay Harris. Holy crap,
Yeah.
bro. I'm in
a redraft league with him, and he got James Robinson for Kyle Pitts straight up. This was pre week 1 or week 2, by the way. So this was just after week 1.
Well, and I just, dude, J-Love, I'll send you this my first ever article, bro.
All right, I got you.
I wrote it on Kyle Pitts and why he's gonna start breaking out now.
So that's funny.
It's a great article,
dude. James Robinson, bro.
Right before the season, I was working on an article to pretty much hammer any Kyle Pitts like truthers, because if you look at it, based off history, it doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't look good at all. But Kyle Pitts, I don't know, the way the Falcons are built right now, I just feel like
Who was the last rookie tight end to blow up? Was it Evan Ingram? Yeah.
Mike Ditka.
Or first rounder. First rounder or rookie?
Just
Evan Ingram. Yeah, just
rookie tight
rookie.
end.
Evan Ingram was the first
Evan
rounder.
Ingram. Unless you're going to point out Noah Fant, who finishes the tight end 16.
Nah, that ain't blowing up, bro.
He didn't blow up.
But then Gronk,
before
that 1 year, actually,
Gronk
did he
wasn't
do
a rookie? It wasn't a rookie.
Yeah,
he
that's
wasn't
a rookie, though.
How was Vernon Davis's rookie year?
Vernon Davis was the outlier.
Vernon Davis, I think, was a number. He was
Wasn't
a
he
top
hurt?
10 pick.
He was the outlier. Vernon Davis and from the Giants, Jeremy Shockey. Those are the 2 outliers.
Oh, Jeremy Shockey.
Vernon Davis.
Oh, what about Jermichael Finley? Oh, never mind.
Jermichael Finley.
His
Jermaine
blow up
Gresham.
year,
Jermaine
he
Gresham was
wasn't-
drafted, I think, in the first round.
Actually, I think Jermichael Finley wasn't a rookie when he did his thing. I think it was like the year number 2.
But the hype for this type of tight end, like this is ridiculous. This is absolutely insane. Like Vernon Davis is the last one I can really think of as far as like top tight ends Vernon Davis was a freak coming out of college as well.
Yeah.
Right? Like he was.
Shout out to VD, man.
Holy crap. Like seeing that guy play in college, I was like.
It's funny. I was hoping someone would catch that.
Nice.
I hope no one catches that.
No, I get it. Oh, hey,
look at that. It doesn't stop. I'll be here all night.
Damn, I don't have any cash. I can't. No cash.
Hey, Hustler, can you do me a favor? How many? Can we look at? Did you see on reception perception? Do they see how many times he lined out wide?
Yes. I don't know his catches. I have his catches. I mean, you saw in the catches.
Yeah,
he was lined up. I think he was out wide, maybe 4 out of 6 catches on the left side. One of his catches was on the right side, but he was actually, I think, lined up as a tight end.
That makes sense. Because I'm wondering. Go ahead.
One trend I'll notice is that when they are lined up in line, Hayden Hurst gets the work. So they use Kyle Pitts in a decoy. So when they run 12 personnel,
but again,
Kyle Pitts is used as a decoy, and then it's Hayden Hurst that gets the ball.
It's also he threw to 12 different targets this last game.
Yeah,
mind you, it wasn't. Which is Matt Ryan. That's not Matt Ryan-esque, right? Like that's very.
I can't name 12 people that are worth targeting.
I could probably name all 12 people that got the target.
It was so weird.
Let's do this.
14.
Let's fire him off.
No,
14 of them of those targets went to running backs.
Yeah. So did Quadri Allison get one? Because that would be like.
I actually don't even know if Quadri Allison even played a snap. Maybe if he did, he did definitely. I don't know if he got targeted.
I mean, that's like the
maybe
last
one. He might have gotten one because there was,
and it would have been the one target.
Yeah, there was 4 guys I think that got targeted like once. So Matt Ryan he's getting old. He's getting old. His offense has completely changed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Not the same.
And that is hence why I wrote that article about Kyle Pitts, and I think that he's gonna his athletic ability. They're gonna try to get him in the short space, and he's just gonna.
So,
I know you got
I'll say this.
Okay, go ahead.
When I was working on this article, the one way I saw Kyle Pitts finishing as a top 5 tight end, and I literally had this written out, but I just never put it out. The only way Kyle Pitts finishes as a top 5 tight end this year is if he gets 160 targets or more. That's it.
What is he on pace for?
So right now,
he got 7 this week and 5 last week. So
he got 6 this week and I think 8 last week actually.
Okay, so 14,
hold on, I'm checking right now.
I'm trying to do the math. Hustler's like actually
8 and 6, 14 targets so far.
And Travis Kelce usually lives around 130. This is the first 17-week season, so maybe Travis Kelce's going to see 150, maybe 140.
Yeah, right. So he has to be among the top of the league in targets for a tight end.
Let's be real.
And the reason I say that is because Jeremy Shockey is the only tight end recently since 2000 that has finished as a top 5 tight end. I'm fairly certain. Evan Ingram might have finished as 5.
Evan Ingram, I think.
Evan Ingram might have finished as 5. But even Evan Ingram still got over 100 targets. I will say that Jeremy Shockey got 150 targets that year that he was in his rookie season. He was a product of a bad offense that was inefficient, and he got a boatload of targets.
Yeah,
that's why Jeremy Shockey was a product of environment. He really wasn't.
He was the only game in town,
and he really wasn't even all that his rookie year. He just got the targets, and he finally
exactly. He got the targets exactly.
I mean,
Eli loved throwing to him.
Evan Ingram, he doesn't finish how he did his rookie year if OBJ doesn't get hurt too for the year.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So this was life before.
This is very true. Too. There's never been another Kyle Pitts.
It's odd. Exactly.
True.
He's not there to block, and he's probably okay, great. You're gonna block some plays, but no. He's going out there to be the number 2. Like
90% of times he's gonna go out for a
He
route.
played 74% of the snaps, I believe, maybe even more. I don't know, man. This is
I like that for your
trade for him. If you can trade for him, if you have, let's say you waited, right? And
I think people paid up too much to get him though. Like what is he draft? What was this ADP 4th round?
Dude, I've seen him go as high as 3rd.
Yeah, like I wasn't doing that. That's why I have zero Kyle Pitts.
Redraft, I'm not touching him. Dynasty, I have a few shares.
In week 1, he played 68% of the snaps. In week 2, he played 79% of the snaps.
There you go. Yeah.
So we'll probably get closer to like 85 this week, and he is a blocking tight end as well. So we're probably going to get close to 90+% of the snaps. And and this will be like something we should get used to after the month of September. Like I think after this first 4 weeks, we get them nice and acclimated. But I am going to say Kyle Pitts, man, the hype was so tremendous.
It's unreal.
Yeah, it's so tremendous that people were overpaying. And when you overpay, you need them to finish where you drafted them, because now you're drafting them at their ceiling. You know what I mean? And this is redraft talk, obviously. But man, I just
even in dynasty drafts.
Oh, he was going very high
in rookie drafts. I was seeing him go first in some super flex drafts.
He went first overall in a second overall in one of my dynasty rookie drafts.
If it wasn't Trevor Lawrence
in non-tight end premium, in a
For real?
non-tight end premium league, he went first. And then in two more drafts, he went second in tight end premium.
I don't know, man. It's going to be crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up transitioning to a wide receiver. Like if he was legit, he wasn't even tight end at all.
He might go the Jimmy Graham route where he'll start playing phenomenally and he'll be like, y'all want to get paid as a wide receiver. And they'll be like, bro, you're a tight end.
Oh yeah. But then you get traded and you stink. Right. Like,
hold on. 10 touchdowns with the Seahawks that year. Remember he tore his ACL that first year, right? Am I right there, J Love? Remember the first year they traded for Jimmy Graham? I think it was Max.
I'm not sure if it was.
They traded Max Ungram.
Wasn't good.
They traded Max Ungram, a good ass
center, the best. It was like the best center in the league.
And then he goes to Drew Brees. They become one of the best offensive lines. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson has a non-blocking tight end to come and help, and then he tears his ACL. And then we saw Russell Wilson running around for his life for years.
I don't know, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, that was like the mark of like bad offensive line in Seattle.
Devin Funchess was a tight end at Michigan.
Yeah.
And then he came to the NFL. I'm not comparing him to Devin Funchess by any means. I'm just saying it's very possible if you have the athletic ability.
Yeah, Carolina played
you
a wide receiver.
You can do it. You can definitely. Well, he got drafted as a wide receiver. Exactly. So like,
Kelvin Benjamin 2.0.
Kelvin fucking.
Oh my. Kelvin Benjamin was awesome his rookie year.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who else was? Trevor just said
him and Eddie Lacy. To me, Kelvin Benjamin and Eddie Lacy were basically like brothers. They're like, they flashed early and then they got that NFL. They got that NFL money, bro, and they just
acting like a real Mick asshole.
Yeah.
No, Kyle Pitts, good things to come. That's it. If you can get him. Go for him.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say this though, because I am gonna forecast that Kyle Pitts. It is going to be a top 6-ish, right? I mean, it's easy. There's not really too many targets there, and the tight end landscape is so bad that if he puts up 700 yards and maybe 5 touchdowns,
he'll still finish top. He can still finish
He's a top 10 tight end. He's a tight end 1.
Yeah, exactly, easily.
Yeah,
the Falcons. Let's be real. They're probably going to lose a lot of games, right? So
yeah,
I mean,
you think people who roster. You think people who roster Kyle Pitts are going to be mad at the end of the year when they see where Gronk finishes, who is drafted?
But that's the thing. You don't know though. But it's like, could you have waited maybe 2 more rounds and got TJ Hawkinson? Because I've seen Kyle Pitts go way before Hawkinson.
Yeah,
right?
Look,
it's crazy. It's like what?
Hey Sven, in my in the Scott Fish Bowl in my draft, Kyle Pitts went in the 3rd, and Hawkinson I believe went at the start of the 5th.
Oh my God. Like
that's awesome. I mean, I would rather have
give me
at this point. I would rather have Hawkinson over Mark Andrews, even. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'd rather trust.
Speaking of buy low,
Mark Andrews. Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's Lamar Jackson. Is Jesus Christ? Does he just keep running? Like every single
Hollywood
game.
Brown's not consistent enough to keep that market share.
No. Hollywood Brown. I don't know. I don't think he can keep it up.
Greg Roman too. That the offensive coordinator over there.
He needs to get fired.
I don't know what's going on.
Man.
Yeah, run the
he
ball.
doesn't last too
Give it to
long.
the running backs, not just Lamar.
I was just about to say that, man. Like Greg Roman, you have to win fast with him because after a couple of years, everyone's going to be on to his game. That's why he tries to switch things up. Like, you know what? Let's pass the ball more. And that doesn't work. I mean, you saw what happened when we switched from Alex Smith to Kaepernick when we had Greg Roman. That Kaepernick thing only lasted, a year and a half, a season and a half. Yeah, but then after that, we knew what to expect.
Exactly, that was it.
Yeah, and then look at Lamar Jackson, shocks the world, MVP 2019. That was when Greg Roman took over as the OC. The year prior, he was there when they drafted him, but he was like the offensive head coach, assistant, whatever his title was. He was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and be the OC. And then in 2020, they were off to like a slow-ish start. And then now, like, I mean, they are in the air for me right now. They have so many things they got to deal with. I will respect Greg Roman if he could pull this off and get them into the dance, because they're to me the second best team in that division. I think the Browns are still the best team.
Does he get any kind of pass? Because I mean, they literally lost their top 3 running backs. Before any game, they lost their number 2 cornerback, who we know makes a huge difference. And I mean, the Browns. Yeah, on paper, before game 1, they were the best team, but they've caught in a lot of injuries in the first 2 weeks.
This is true, too.
I don't know. That division's anyone's.
Honestly.
Naming the Ravens.
Is the whole division 1-1?
Yeah.
I think so.
I believe so. I think the whole division is tied at 1-1.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun to watch all year, because that is true, man. They're all sitting at 500 right now.
Yeah.
And they're about to start beating up on each other this week, too. So we might even see the Dwayne Haskins-led Steelers this week against the Bungles, right? Benjamin. Only Sven knows that reference.
Yes. I got the Bengals winning.
Dwayne Haskins the Benjamin.
The bunch.
Remember, what was that for Wayne's World? Remember the TV exec?
Benjamin. If Benjamin were an ice cream flavor,
he'd be pralines,
and
dick.
Give me the flashlight, Benjamin. Give me the flashlight.
What you gonna do
It's cool. He unloads the flashlight like it's a gun.
Yeah, like it's a gun.
Take it easy, bro.
Dude, okay. I have another what if right here, and then we'll go ahead and close this thing out. So, what if the leading rusher of the league doesn't even top 1,400 yards? Or not even 1,300 yards on the ground. Because look at the – do you see – especially – actually, you know what? I like that you said that, because look at the amount of shell defenses that we're seeing. The Mink shift – Tampa 2 with the two high safeties where they're begging people to run the ball. We're getting away from the cover 3 that the Seahawks made famous. So like, what if though, because of the injuries and the timeshares, that the leading rusher this year is not going to top 1,300 yards? I mean, is anybody pacing yet outside of Derrick Henry?
Yeah,
Christian McCaffrey is. He's
Joe
on pace
Mixon
for
is at 200 yards. Lamar Jackson's at 200. Delvin Cook's at 190. Chubb's at 180.
So 1,500 then. Let's go. That's more realistic.
Add that extra game.
Henry, Mixon, Lamar Jackson, Delvin Cook, Nick Chubb are all
Lamar
pacing.
Jackson. Nice.
They're all pacing.
I like that.
I just love how Lamar Jackson.
What about Danny Dimes? Sure. What about Danny Pesos, bro? He's pacing.
Hey, as of right now, Derrick Henry's on pace for 2,000, right?
Yeah. I'm all in.
I love it. And I love that they're throwing him the ball, too. What is he averaging? 5 targets a game right now? That's fucking awesome. That's different.
Doesn't matter. He's still getting 30. He's got 35 carries.
Now you throw on those targets now. Step aside, Dalvin Cook.
He has 10 targets in the seasons, 4 and 6 in the game.
Jesus Christ. I mean, didn't he have like 10 targets all of last season?
Seems like
he had more than that.
Honestly, I think he had like 24 or something like that. Like it was like
he had 31 for the season last year.
Wow.
Wow. How many catches did he have?
Jeez. That's like Kamara. That's like Kamara Eckler in like 2 games.
Because I'm curious, because then that's a hell of a catch rate. If he had like 20 something catches, that's
right. His drop percentage is like minimal.
That's like Gus Edwards' numbers. I think Gus Butts had like 22 receptions last
19.
year.
Gus actually had 4 targets than him in the second half of the season.
A 70% catch rate? Oh no, it's 60.
Just over 50.
Just over.
It's like a hair under 60.
19 and 30. Okay, yeah. I like
Well,
that.
and
Look at
here's
that.
something else to mix into a what if right at the end. What if Christian McCaffrey goes over 500 touches? Because he's on pace for more than that right now.
Wow.
Is that even possible? Has
Then the
anybody ever
Panthers are in the
done that?
playoffs.
They're 17 games now, so got that extra game.
Has anybody ever done? Are you right? Exactly. The record books are completely reset.
Yeah,
Marshawn
they're gonna
Lynch.
get shattered.
Brand new. We're done.
Marshawn
this
Lynch
a
is
brand
one of
new
those
NFL.
guys that used to get like 450, right? Like in his heyday.
Yeah, and you add in another game in there. I mean, it'd be close for some of
Adrian
those guys.
Peterson used to get well over 400 touches before, right?
I'm checking.
No. Actually, no, I don't know. Because he didn't use it in the past game neither.
So total no.
Well, you know, now that I think about it, when Marshawn Lynch, when he was going over 400 touches a year, it was Darrell Bevel.
Touches.
Right?
Rushing
Touches,
attempts
yeah.
and receptions. Number 1 in NFL history.
LaDainian.
Nobody's gonna get this unless you are probably a legit NFL fan.
Hold on, Barber. It's Barber.
James Wilder.
What? I don't even know who that is.
492, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
Second place-
2, 3, and 4. You could guess a little bit easier.
You got him. So number 2, number 3, number 4. One of them was on Madden, right?
Sean Alexander.
Ooh, that's a good one, but no.
Oh, that was a good one.
It was like a couple years.
You may not have been born, bro.
Hold on, was it? Oh, this is what we're talking. Wait, no, hold on. He was there
You
before.
talking 90s?
No, 2000.
Anything post
Oh, is it
2006,
Priest Holmes?
I
Don't
should
tell me
probably
it's
know.
Holmes. Don't tell me it's Holmes.
AFC.
What's the other one?
Is it Priest
Oh
Holmes?
my God!
Two of them are in the same conference.
Who's the other one?
AFC West. Two of them are in the AFC West.
TD.
Oh.
Is it TD?
Winkin Weeds.
What up? We can wait.
He got it. Winkin Reed's got it. One of them's LT.
Yeah, LT.
We got number
yeah.
4.
I
We got number 4.
I heard
said-
Bogard say that. I heard
Yeah.
Bogard say that.
Yeah.
He was number 4 on the list, and then it was Larry Johnson who was number 2. Remember that
Oh,
that crazy ass
Madden-
season?
Larry
And the Madden
Lair was
cover.
going crazy that year.
The man that never fell
457.
backwards. The man that never fell backwards.
457.
Eddie George, number 3.
Oh, that
that's-
one.
yeah,
that
that's
one's
right.
awesome.
Dude, Eddie George, he never got
The
tackled.
Oilers, man.
Never went backwards.
And he
Never.
ran tall like a motherfucker. He ran straight up like this. You know what I'm
Ooh, and then
saying?
number 5 was one of my favorites, Edgar and James.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Ooh.
Rocking
Now-
the grill and everything. Hey, did
Now,
y'all see
real
Edgar
quick.
James? Go ahead.
Real quick, when you run the numbers, the only person who would have actually made it over 500 with the extra game if they hit their average was the top one. Nobody else would have broke 500.
Wilder, right? Yes.
Wilder.
Yeah.
Wilder's the
Yep,
only
yep.
one that would have broke
So
it.
500 is going to be very,
Hard.
very tough.
The question is how efficient is he going to be while doing it?
Who cares? We're just caring about touches.
Well, no, because
He just needs to hold up. As long as he holds up.
yeah, no.
He can have
one-
3. It doesn't matter.
One sneaky player I was actually thinking about hitting that 420 mark was Jamal Charles, but then I realized
say
Jamal
that
Charles never got the
ironically,
touches.
or-
He was just super efficient.
Yeah, Jamal Charles always shared. Like Jamal Charles, I don't think he ever saw more than like 180 to 200 carries in a
Ricky
in a
Williams is
year.
on top of that list.
He had 285 one year.
Touches total, but I'm talking
No
about carries.
carries.
What? Where was I? Oh, was that 2013?
2012, and then he also
Okay, I
had,
was in the ballpark. I was in the
He also
ballpark.
had 40 catches to go with that. So
That
he
was
hit
his
three-
first year. His first year with the Seahawks, right?
No.
Jamal
He's talking
Charles?
about Jamal Charles.
Oh, Jamal Charles. I thought you said Marshawn
Yeah,
Lynch. My bad.
Kansas City. Nah, Jamal Charles went over 300 a few times in his career. Touches.
And didn't it go Larry Johnson and then Jamal Charles like almost back to back?
Pretty sure.
Was there anybody in between?
Maybe a year.
I mean,
Jamal Charles was.
oh no, you said Marshawn Lynch. I was about to say
2009.
Matt Forte. So Matt,
Well,
that's a
Matt
beat.
Forte was another extremely efficient guy too, though.
but
You know
Matt
what I mean?
Forte didn't get that many carries. Like I
Yeah.
feel like he did. He
Yeah.
got a way many more reset. Like, yeah, he probably got 200 plus carries, but I don't even think he's on this list. Holy crap!
So-
Nope.
So our leading rusher.
368. He was down in the bottom with Sean Alexander.
Yeah,
2013.
man.
Otis Anderson and Terry Allen at 88.
I'm having fun, man. Y'all still
379.
got any more what ifs? I'm still down to rock if y'all got any more
379.
what ifs.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna go watch him. I'm gonna go watch some Ted Lasso with the wife.
Oh man, all good.
She hasn't seen it. She hasn't seen it yet. I don't know. Are we about to wrap up? We still talking? I don't know. What do we got?
I mean, listen, man. If anybody else got any more what if scenarios, I'm down to rock. If not, we can put a bow on it. You know what I mean? We're here every Wednesday, so you know what I'm saying. And you guys definitely have an open door. We have an open door policy for our return guests.
That's
And
good
matter
news.
of fact, Sven.
You don't want to give me that much. You don't want to give me that much.
Oh no, we need more Sven. We need more Sven for sure. This was a long time coming, Sven. I actually just realized this is the first time on the pod.
Oh yeah, it's the first time on the pod, but also, dude, we haven't done a show since like fucking April.
Last year.
Forever.
Like baseball.
Yeah, draft season.
The draft season. Yeah, we're all yeah.
That's right.
Well, you know what, man? The universe isn't gonna keep us all apart, man. And with that said, man, Sven, go ahead and let them know where they can find you, brother.
Find me on Twitter at Fantasy Sven. Be sure to follow me. I will be providing some content very soon, within the next couple weeks for said website / I don't know if I'm gonna call it a network. Sure, whatever. YouTube channel. I'm not releasing anything just yet though, but be sure to follow me so you can find out.
Yeah. J Love.
Yep, follow me on Twitter at RunBoysJLove, and my main duty right now is I'm writing. That has not happened a lot recently because of my school schedule. I'm a full-time college student, and that is killing me. But
No, man, that's good, man.
Welcome
Keep
to
your head in
the
the books,
welcome.
kid.
I'm a writer for the Run Boys and probably branching out to another website coming up here soon.
Yeah. I know which website, and it's phenomenal. I can't wait till you guys announce it, man. It's gonna be awesome. And my man Huss, man, let him know about the Patreon and everything, man, because you know what I'm saying, we gotta get the money, man.
Oh, yeah. So go get signed up at patreon.com/FFHustler420. It's a really dope community. We got a nice Discord chat with a bunch of people in there. Get your ideas bounced off each other. We got some rankings that are going to be coming up here in the next week. Bogart's going to be getting some in. And then it's all about the one-on-one advice. You need some advice on trades, on waivers, on starts and sits. You want to get your questions answered first on my start and sit live streams. That's where you go. Patreon.com/FFHustler420.
Yeah, and y'all know where to find me. The earth is my turf. Mushrooms give me money. Hey, run that out, yo, my brother.
Hit him with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah. Been around, peep the archives, yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's our time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about a chick, catch me in my bag. Sunday to Sunday, living that. We make plays every day, yeah.